All right. Hello, everybody. Video update. It's been quite some time since I have put anything out. I thought I'd do a little garden update out here on the homestead, the temporary homestead. Sorry it's been so long. Things have just been crazy. We had family come and move in with us, and our little tiny house has got even more tiny. So yeah, it's been fun. Plus, I've been job hunting, and I think I finally found employment. So that's a nice update. Little update on the banana that we planted in the circle. This little guy seems to be doing quite well. It got attacked a short time ago by banana skippers. It's a moth that lays eggs, and these huge larvae grow on the bottoms of the leaves. They're like, I don't know, they're inch and a half long or so, big grub looking things, and they have like a white waxy coating. Anyway, they chew the leaves up and then they roll up in them. So I came out one day and all of the bottom leaves, they had been rolled up, and I was like, what is that? And I opened one up and there's one of these big worms in it. So that was crazy, and I ripped them all off, smashed them, and so far they have not come back. And now we're getting some new growth out the top. Finally, we got 2 new leaves and one popping out here on top with no damage from those. So those are annoying pests. Oof. And I finally finished my project in the coffee patch. It took me about 4 months to get all this pulled up by hand. Got all of the sod stacked up in berms. We just wanted to pull it down to the bare rocks, so there was no weeds, stealing nutrients from the coffee. Can't remember how big those were last time I shot a video of them, but that's what we have now. So let's see. Little tangelo tree. Had to put some nutrients on that. The leaves were turning yellow. It looks like it's perking up. It's got a lot of fruit on it. Little bitty guy. And these are some poha berries that I planted a while back. I think about a month and a half ago. Can't remember if I had those last time I did a video. Accidentally got a little papaya snuck in with that batch. Some papaya transplants. Letting one grow up with some weeds here. It doesn't seem to care too much. Pretty happy. This little guy I transplanted. I don't think I did a very good job because he's been struggling a little bit. I got some fertilizer on there. That one needs transplanted still. It's got too much potting soil, which seems to rot the roots. I've got some new projects here. Little recycling some salad containers from the store, punch holes in them and put some black cinder, a little bit of mulch, compost in there. And this one's got butter avocado, egg fruit, and chico sapote that we ate from the farmer's market. And this one has Asian pear, Thai chili peppers, and pomelo, however you say that. These guys were failed experiments with Rollinia and stuff like that. At least they seem failed so far. One of my baby golden dragon fruit that I transplanted. I'll show you the host pot. My longan fruit. These guys are perfectly happy in this little pot. Just growing away. And I've been planting lots of new stuff, egg fruit, and various other seeds that we've tried. What was that one that we recently had? I think I got a video of it. Wow, I can't for the life of me remember the name of that fruit, but rest assured we have a video of it somewhere. I'll have to upload that and we'll remember. These were experiments from a long time ago with Rollinia, soursop, and cacao. And it looks like those have all been failures. I don't know. I'm just going to leave them alone for a while. Yeah, I know some seeds can take a long time to come up, but I don't have high hopes for those. Again, they were planted in potting soil, which I didn't really realize was going to be such a problem. These guys, these are all citrus, lemons and oranges that I've planted, and I germinate them. I found they germinate extremely well in my worm casting, my worm box. So I have a whole bunch of citrus that I'm going to be able to grow and give away to friends and family. I think I had some extra seeds in these I just threw in there. They were just same with the Rollinia and whatnot. I didn't have anywhere to store them, so I just threw them in some black cinder instead of potting soil. Hopefully they'll take off. I do have this guy. This is my new baby. That is a cacao, and I have had a heck of a time getting a good cacao to start up here. I have it in the shade under the steps. And I think that is just some other spare seeds that I had from a recent fruit soursop or something. And my tomatoes, I think I have videos of this. I planted just a couple of months ago, and these guys are budded out. Already have flowers, growing really well back there. And the other one, this guy blows my mind how fast these grew up, and they're not even that tall, and they're already popping tomatoes. Look at that little guy. Little tomatoes back there. Those were grown just from seeds from, that were on the cutting board after we ate a farmer's market tomato. And one that I was excited about here, since I got here, I've been trying to grow these Thai red chili peppers, and I love them. They're so good, and I get them at the farmer's market. I can't use the bags fast enough, and they tend to go to waste, but I want to grow my own so I can use them. And forever, I tried planting them. I couldn't get anything to grow. And all of a sudden, in my worm box, they started popping up. So I have a whole bunch of those now. Really excited. Another little papaya. Another papaya in the corner. Those little papaya seeds get in everywhere. This was looked like a defunct lemon or orange seed. I think it was an orange. And it was just mutated coming out in the worm box. I didn't think it was going to do anything. And that growth is just in a few days. All of a sudden it just got excited and started growing. Another very exciting update. This guy, I have been trying since I moved here to get a star fruit to germinate, to actually grow, and now I finally got one. Saw this guy growing in the worm box again, and so I just recently transplanted it, and it seems to be holding up okay. It's grown a little bit since I pulled it out. I was really scared to lose it. And this is my somebody's been sweeping the steps, my sweet potato, doing a little experiment with it. All over the stem of my sweet potato, it looks like it's got little root nodes popping off. So what I did is I put another pot next to it and just stuck it under some potting soil in the dirt. See if those root nodes will grow into the dirt, and then I'll cut the stem right here and see if it can survive. Not too worried about messing up my sweet potato because those things are so easy to grow. And that, when I first moved here 4 months ago, I planted stevia seeds, and that little guy is the only one that came up, and it has been growing so slowly. This is like, I'd completely given up on it. I repurposed the pot, and then I saw this little guy popping up in the corner, and I was like, is that a weed, or is that... When I tasted one of the leaves, and it was very sweet, and I was like, oh my gosh, one of them came up. This is terrifying. I just transplanted this today. I don't know if you could see that white stem, and right there in the middle there's a seed with a white dot right at the tip of my finger there. That is my one Rollinia fruit that I have had sprout, and I just pulled it out of the worm box here a short while ago, and I just hope that grows because that is my favorite fruit. I love Verlinia. I still have more, looks like more papayas and peppers growing in here. Still no soursop. None of my soursop have germinated. Look at that. That is one more cacao bean. So I got 2 cocoa trees. And over here, this whole wall was orange seeds. And I don't know what it is, but those oranges absolutely love sprouting in here. So I'm going to have citrus like crazy. Whether or not they'll actually be productive, since most people grow them, you know, grafted cuttings and stuff from more established crops. I just won't know until I try or let it grow up and mature. But worst case scenario, I'll have stumps that I can graft on some better trees too. That's the old kale. That's still going. Baby pineapple, he hasn't changed much. Mame sapote still looks like it's doing absolutely nothing, but I just kind of brushed away on that. I planted that quite a while ago, and there's a big root coming off of it, so just very slowly doing stuff under the cinder there. Same with this. These are abu fruit. They're doing the exact same thing. I brushed away a little dirt, and they actually have root nodes coming off the seeds. Nothing popping up above the soil. Egg fruit, same deal. I planted this little pineapple when we first moved in. Looks pretty scabby, but if you look closely, you'll see it has 3 babies. Got a baby here, and there's one right down there. Can't believe that scabby. Look at that. At the store or the farmer's market, they'd actually cut the middle stem out. There's almost nothing left of that mother, but she is obviously still very fertile. All right, these ice cream beans are getting out of hand. I've actually found roots popping up around the tree, trying to spread like this. It's just a piece of old root from one that had been cut down, dug up, and it's turning into another tree. They are incredibly resilient. So what I did is I found one of those roots, I cut it into pieces. I stuck those little root pieces in a pot just for giggles, and it looks like they're already starting to rebound. Blows my mind. Just little chunks of root, and I'm getting new ice cream beans from those. This is an experiment. Oh, not sure what I just did there. This is a carrot, and these carrots, I don't know if you can see how big that is. They're like logs. You get them at the farmer's market, and they are huge. They are the biggest carrots I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, this was just a carrot top. There was no growth on it, and we had eaten the carrot, and it was just the cap. And I saw some nubs. They were just little tiny growth nubs, so it's like, I wonder if I could grow that. So I took it out, stuck it in a pot. There is potting soil in here. And it's exploding into new growth. So I should have carrot seeds. I have no idea if it will actually produce new roots. Crazy stuff. There's another dragon fruit. Golden dragons, very happy, but growing very slowly. I showed you these guys a long time ago. These are the same ones, and this guy is probably 3.5 inches long, the biggest one. And there's still a few other babies in there. Can't wait till those mature. Hopefully I can keep them alive and growing well. They seem pretty resilient so far. This is unusual in Hawaii. Got me a little apple tree growing. Really haven't seen many apple trees here. With it, I planted a butter avocado, just popped it halfway in the dirt and left it. And it looks like it might be popping a top here. Cracked open. Not sure if that's a dead bug or a tree node, but I think it's part of a tree. And then we got another one down here. It's split. Don't see any other action on it. More papayas. They're just happily growing over here. My tamarind, they haven't done much. They look, every day I come out here, they look like they're dying, but they never die. So they must be doing something. I'm hoping those will perk up. this guy, crazy citrus bonsai looking thing, it refuses to die, but it doesn't seem to want to do any better either. I think it was a little more yellow last time, so I think the fertilizer I've been putting on is helping, but it's not growing very quickly. Oh boy. My resuscitated coffee beans, these guys are looking happy. Looking really good. Rambutan. Something's kind of hurting the leaves on those. It might have been the cold, but I'm not sure. That was the original. I've taken a couple down to the other property, to the Lavestead. So that is what I've been working on. Whew. That was like, this is going to take forever to upload. Take care, everybody. Aloha.